Hi, my name is Liz and I'm a good old-fashioned lover boy. And happy Valentine's Day, which is the day that I will hopefully be uploading this video on, and trust me, I have nothing better or anything else to do except play Love in Deep Space and trying to get all of the new cards. I know they're freaky. I want them. I dyed my hair to kind of look like Raphael's. Sorry, I'm a simp, but only for anime men. And trust me, I know that dating apps suck, but I might also just be the problem. It's also the dating apps, but I definitely play a good part in it. As a single mother of two wonderful screaming cats, I often feel that I need to find them a stepfather, and so I will download the various dating apps. You know the ones. Hinge, Tinder. I won't download Bumble because I am too anxious and afraid to be the first person to message in a dating app because I don't like people perceiving me, even though I put myself on a dating app. And then I'll go on them for like an hour or so, and then never swiping right on anybody. I won't open the app then for a few weeks after, except to get rid of notifications, only to delete the app and being like, man, these dating apps suck, even though I never went on it. I also remember that I have extremely high standards that a real human being probably can't achieve. And then I also remember that I've had experiences of stepfathers in my life, and I do not need my cats to go through what I went through in my life, so let's just delete the apps. So I'll go back on my various Otome games, Love in Deep Space, Mystic Messenger, Obey Me, the list can go on. But I just love these games because they are digitally forced to love me. So I'm gonna play Mystic Messenger again. I have been playing it for the past few weeks. I've spent money. Real money. I've also spent money on Love in Deep Space. Again, I want those Valentines cards. They freaky. I will, for sure, respond to Mystic Messenger before I respond to a real dude. Which probably is the root of my problem when trying to actually be in a relationship. But we'll get there. So why is it that these dating apps just straight up do not keep my retention? Is it the people? Yes. But is it also partly my fault? No. Yeah, it is. I'll explain further. First, let me dog on the apps because
it's not me. It's definitely you.
Gross. The apps are now much harder to use without using real-world money to hopefully find a match that's going to fit you perfectly. Plus, I have heard from the grapevine that some of these apps will hide the more popular accounts to incentivize you to spend money to get their gold, their plus, their super better version. Don't you want more matches? Don't you want to do anything for love? Give us your money. No, I have to spend it on Love in Deep Space. Thank you very much. And as a Muppet with unrealistic standards and expectations, I'm aware that I'm probably not going to find my perfect match on one of these apps. And I'm also aware that it's, not good to judge a book by its cover, but that is literally the big plot point with these apps. You gotta judge a book by its cover. But whenever I do go on, every blue moon when I decide to re-download these apps because I get bored, I'm sorry, I'm bored, and a little lonely, but not lonely enough to spend money on it, I will go through and I will see the same man in different fonts. I'll see a picture of a man with a fish. I'll see a picture of a man with a dead deer. A mirror selfie where you can't see his face. A workout selfie where they're really sweaty. In some cases, nice. But other cases, ew, I don't want to see that. Various bad angles. The one in the car. The one just of their truck. That's not you. I can't see you. That's a truck. Are you a truck? I didn't know this was a dating app for cars. Now, I am also the type of person that actually reads the bios and goes through all the pictures. But if I see one more 6 foot if that matters, or trying to find the Jim to my Pam, you are not funny like Jim. Also, please find a different show. I'm begging you. I am so tired of The Office, and I know it's a popular show for a reason, but please find a different show. Or, you'll see the looking for somebody that can keep a conversation going, and then you message them, because you actually swipe right on somebody, couldn't be me, and you get the conversation of you being like, hey, it's so nice to meet you. What are your interests?
In my bio.
Oh, okay. What's your favorite color?
Blue.
Great. Well, my favorite color is seafoam green, and it's very specific, and I will die on that hill is my favorite color.
Nice. So send nudes?
Nah. That's not a conversation. That's you responding to my questions and never asking a question about me. Me no likey. And then you see the occasional looking for a third, which, like, go you. Not why I'm here, but if that's what you want to do, I'm not gonna stop you. It's your life, man. Not why I'm here, though. One of my issues I have had in general, overall, with dating is that, I'm not like other girls, and I like anime, and also gaming. Which makes me better than everyone? It doesn't. But occasionally I will get the man that thinks that is super cool, but also decides that no, I must be lying. I must be faking my various obsessions, and starts quizzing me on my knowledge of various games or anime. And the amount of times I've had conversations very similar to me saying that my favorite anime is Fruits Basket, which you should go watch that video I made. It took me a little bit to do, and I think you might like it. Please. But when I do tell them that my favorite anime is Fruits Basket, most of the time they haven't heard of it, and they'll go, "No, it's not real. It's not real. No, pick a different one. Pick a different one." And I'm like, "I thought you wanted my favorite. I can't change my favorite. That is my favorite." So then I'll be like, "Well, I'm really big into One Piece. I'm not caught up entirely. I've been giving it a little bit of time to marinate, but I'm further along than most people." And then they'll quiz me on my knowledge of One Piece or my knowledge of other anime and things, asking me, "Well, what happened in episode 138? Oh, you don't know? Fake fan. Ugh, you're just saying you like anime to get guys. Trust me. No, I'm not. Because when I was in high school, if I ever said that I liked anime, I would get bullied. Because I grew up in that era. Now it's like a little bit more mainstream to like anime and, different things. But when I was in high school, I hid it away from everybody. Nobody knew that I was as big of a nerd as I was. I did not dye my hair fun colors. I only dyed it blonde with the occasional rose gold. But I was in theater, which already made me a little bit odd, but not as odd as the band kids. I was a kid in band that did theater. Due to me being a taller lady, I am 5'9", and I will wear heels. That's not negotiable. They will make me in the 6 foot range. I refuse to not wear heels. 1, they make my ass look good. 2, no, I'm not going to show you. 3, I feel powerful as hell. 4, for some reason I walk a lot better in heels than when I'm wearing flats. When I'm wearing flats, I tend to limp for some reason, but when I'm wearing heels, I'm like, you know, I make sense. But I will put that I am 5'9" in my bio, or if it's in my description, which I don't think guys really read. But sometimes I will get, especially on Hinge, guys saying that they're not afraid to, chop down that tree or climb that tree. First of all, why are you comparing me to a tree? Second of all, why do you want to chop me down? Don't chop down trees. I know we need to make money or paper or whatever. But if you're gonna use me as an analogy as a tree, why are you gonna chop me down? That's scary. And I feel a little gross. Ugh. I am not a tree. So don't treat me like one. And how about you just leaf? I'm so funny. Now I know that there's a person out there for everyone that wants a person, but why do I only see yee boys in my general range of dating apps? Now maybe I need to move, but I also will put on Tinder the global section, because at this point I'll look at anybody, as long as they'll look at me and not treat me like a tree. But even if I do select my location at the global and put it even at the max distance, I'm still only seeing people that are in my hometown, and I'm still seeing those yee boys because that's where I live. I live in Yeeville, apparently. Now, occasionally I'll see people from Canada, but I'm also already kind of close to Canada, so like it kind of makes sense that I would see people in Canada. I've only ever seen a global one that's not Canada, like maybe once or twice, and obviously I didn't swipe on them. One, I'm too afraid. Two, I don't think they'd like me like that. I know we're on dating apps. I know we're both on the dating app, but I don't think they'll like me like that. That might also be a me problem also. How many times can I say also in one sentence? So are the apps really incentivizing you to spend money in order to get potential matches? Probably, yeah. I tried to find an actual source and research on this to see if it is scientifically possible that they are actually doing this, but I couldn't find anything besides Reddit posts of other people being like, hey, I think they actually hide things. So it's not concrete set in stone that this is what they are doing, but it definitely feels like it when you are seeing the same type of person 10 miles away every single time you go on the apps. I see the same guys in different fonts every time I go on Tinder. Obviously, I don't like them because I'm swiping left. So why is Tinder still showing me them? I don't want to see another dead deer. So yeah, I mean, things aren't really going too well for me on these sites, but that isn't, again, entirely the dating site's fault. I'm gonna blame the Otome Games I've been playing far too long for why my expectations are really outlandish. And I admit that. Now I know that some of this is going to come off a little harsh, a little like I'm out of touch even. And I don't blame you for thinking that way when I start talking about this, but I think because the apps are on my phone, I tend to only view them as a game instead of an app to find love. I don't view the people on there sometimes as people, but as video game characters, which again might be my Otome addiction, but at the same time, I think that might be a me issue and why I'm viewing people like that. It's not nice, I'm aware. And I don't like that I'm viewing these people like that because, I genuinely do want to find a potential mate. I don't like that. I do want to find a boyfriend. I do want to get married one day. I just hate having to get on these apps and swipe on guys that I don't know who they are. I don't know their personality. I am judging them solely on their looks and the bios, because I do read them, and I feel icky. I feel like a bad person for judging somebody solely based on looks, but I do know that I need to be at least a little bit attracted to somebody in order to start a relationship. But I do need them to, be in that range. But I also realize that my beauty standards, I think, are too fictional. I'm aware. I fall in love with animated characters far easier than real life people. I will see the most attractive man. All my friends are like, "Wow, that's an attractive man. I would have his babies." And I would go, I mean, I see it, but is he Raphael from, I don't know why I'm saying his name like that. Raphael from Love and Deep Space? No? Is he 707 from Mystic Messenger? I don't think he is. So I'm not really seeing the hotness here. That's not 7. I love him. He's my number 1. But yes, my standards are completely way too outlandish for real human beings to look like normally. Because again, I am not going to find Silas walking about on Tinder and first of all have him think that I am also attractive. 2, he doesn't have the personality of a potato. Or 3, he's not a fuckboy. And I am not about that. 1 second. Yeah, I'm just not about, I'm not really about that. Since again though, the apps are on my phone and I am thinking of them more as a game instead of a dating app, it kind of feels more like I'm pulling cards like in Twisted Wonderland, Obey Me, Love and Deep Space, instead of looking at real human beings. And since I'm not pulling the cards that I want, I get bored because no way in hell am I going to spend real life money on trying to find love when I could spend that real life money on a figure of an animated man who can't say that I'm ugly. Beat that one, liberals. And I will spend, my money to talk to 7 from Mystic Messenger because I'm an adult that can spend my money that way and not on a dating app. I also feel way more secure playing Otome Games because, again, they can't call me ugly, they can't call me too tall, they can't question me on my knowledge of my various hobbies. They can't also control what I do. And also they are designed to fall in love with me. And I know that sounds sadder than it actually is, but it's the truth. They can't tell me that they hate me because they're not designed to do that unless I pick the wrong option. Outside of Otome Games and Fire Emblem, which is really just horny chess, I am extremely comfortable in living my bachelor life. And yes, I am saying bachelor life because I live in my 1-bedroom apartment and I am good with just putting up like my TV on the floor and my fold-out chair, and I would call it a day. As long as I can play Fire Emblem and talk to Claude Von Regan or Dimitri, I think I'm good. Or Karam. But I could do that on my DS. We're fine. I really am extremely comfortable in my solitude. I enjoy not having to clean up after anybody else with myself and my cats. Because trust me, they're stinky, they're gross. But also I'm stinky and I'm gross. This is just a video of me saying all my red flags. I'm complaining. I'm not doing anything about it. I'm just making a YouTube video because I can. I love doing whatever. I love sleeping whenever. Last weekend I slept until 6:30 p.m. I stayed up until 3 a.m. the night before. I don't know how I slept until 6:30 p.m. I did wake up though at 7 a.m. because the cats were like, "Feed me, I'm dying." So I did. And then I went back to bed. So now I have to set alarms on the weekends or else I won't wake up at a decent time. But if I had a boyfriend, I would have to share my bed with him. I already share my bed with a lot of plushies And my current boyfriend right now, I'll get him for you. So I don't know how I'm supposed to share a bed with another human being. There's no room. Like, buddy, get your own bed. We're full over here. I love you, baby. I do fully acknowledge that I'm seeing Seven in the corner. I fully acknowledge though that I am kind of a gross human being. My mom says I'm gross all the time. I don't want to shave my legs. I don't feel like it. But if I had a boyfriend, I would feel incentivized to shave my legs. I'd feel incentivized to, clean up a little bit more, maybe cook a little bit better. I don't want to do that. I don't feel like it. I like living how I'm living. But sometimes it would be nice to have someone just kind of in the background, also kind of there, so I can, like, I don't know, hug sometimes. And talk to. Because sometimes I feel like I'm going a little bit crazy when I start having full-blown conversations with my cats, but I think they're having a fun time, so we're good. Again, just listing my red flags, but I get annoyed very quickly. I've been told that I am either clingy or completely withdrawn. So I have no in-between, apparently. I think I'm doing really good, and then all of a sudden they're like, you're just so clingy, or I don't know what you're thinking. Like, I'm sorry, I forgot to emote, which I do sometimes. I forget to, put on my game face and not be myself, apparently. Apparently I can't just act like myself and not say and have my face do the things that I wanted to say, but whatever. I don't like having to text back and forth unless it's Mystic Messenger, because again, those are robots. And they're not bothering me 24/7, asking me where I am all the time, even though I'm in the same spot that I've been in for the past 2 days. I don't mind texting every so often, or doing the occasional FaceTime. I prefer to be in person, but also I need my space. I need my time alone. Why are you talking to me while I'm trying to watch my show? I can't hear my show. I already can't hear my show, and now I'm hearing your voice on top of the subtitles, and I can't read and listen at the same time. A lot of my hobbies also are not a two-player experience, so if I'm playing a game, I'm gonna feel bad if they're not also playing the game, or I'm not the one watching them play the game, because, apparently I can't play the game, because I get nervous. I also basically have little to no patience when it comes to bullshit, so whenever any of my friends tell me about something that their significant other did that pissed them off, I'm like, man, that's bullshit. You shouldn't have to put up with that. And they're like, no, he's just like that. I'm like, I don't think he's like that. I think you should confront him and tell him that he's being a little piss baby. And they're like, no, it's fine. I'm like, I don't agree. No. I'm not saying break up immediately, but I'm saying that they're being a little piss baby, and I think you need to talk about that. But whenever I've been in relationships and I've called out my partner's bad behaviors, they've told me that I'm being too withdrawn from the relationship, and that I need to, try loving them a little bit more. I do. I love the relationship and I'm trying my best to mend it, but it seems like I'm talking to a wall. And, I'm gonna try to, resolve it in my own relationship. But I only have room for one piss baby in my life, and that spot's already been taken by Pico. She pisses outside the litter box sometimes, and it pisses me off. I've also had real human being dudes get jealous of the fictional guys that I simp for. I understand. I got this in the span of me not being in relationship for, this is the other side, by the way. I haven't been in a relationship in like 6 years. Holy shit. I haven't been in a relationship in 6 years. But, I've tried going on dates, I've tried talking to people, and the people that I have talked to have gotten really weird when it comes to me liking some of the stuff that I like. If I'm like, wow, how Pendragon is just chef's kiss. Man, he's amazing. Love him. And they're like, what? So you don't love me? Is that what I said? No. Why are you jealous of a fictional person? I'm not saying I'm gonna go and run off and be with Howell. I would if I could, but if I'm in a relationship, obviously I'm not. Uh huh. I don't even know anymore. And I've had some potential guys, be upset that I am more interested in that fictional character than it seems like I'm more interested in them. Um, because I am. You're not 707. You're not quirky. You're not funny. You're cringe. And you cannot be my lover like that. I'm aware though. I'm aware that I'm not a weirdo. I am a weirdo. I'm aware though that I have extremely unrealistic standards when it comes to relationships, which is why it's best for me not to be on dating apps. It's better for everybody involved, because I'm just going to go on there because I'm bored, which I hope other people feel the same way when it comes to that. I'm bored and I'm looking for attention a lot of the time because, I'm only getting attention from fictional guys, and sometimes it's nice to get attention from real life dudes because it's like, oh, that's a real person. But none of them make me feel the way that Seven does in Mystic Messenger, or Raphael does, or Silas does. So I get bored of that and I go back to my Otome games because those games actually make me feel like they like me, not only for my body, but for my personality, which I have a lot of, yet none at the same time, according to some people. My mom has said that the reason why guys don't want to date me sometimes is because I'm just too much for them to handle and I'm too secure in myself. And so what do you want me to do? Do you want me to be less secure in myself? Do you want me to be sad and really insecure about myself? Because I already am. I just act like I'm not. But I am. I'm extremely insecure when it comes to my height. I'm extremely insecure when it comes to everything about me. And this is not me trying to, fish for compliments or anything like that. That's just how I am. I think everybody is to some extreme. But there's a reason why I play these games, and it's because I am so comfortable. They make me feel comfortable and not like I'm going to die, figuratively and literally. I'm absolutely terrified of real life people because I don't want them to perceive me. But then, why would I be on a dating app if I don't want them to perceive me? We've been through this. But yes, my standards are extremely high. They're extremely unrealistic. I know. I know they are. And I'm hoping that there's other people that feel like this. Because, oh my god, I feel like a weirdo when I talk to other people that aren't big into Otome games and things like I am. And they're like, man, the dating scene is just, not great. But, we're trying our best out here. Pico. I've been talking to a few dudes and, things have gone okay, but not great. We hooked up once. That was fine. But other than that, we're not doing too well. And I feel like I'm a little behind when it comes to everyone else, getting in relationships, getting married, having kids. I don't want to have kids yet. I'm not emotionally available for that. And maybe I'm not emotionally available for relationships either, but I feel like I've been hiding away from them for the past 6 years, and maybe I should try. But I really want to meet a guy organically, and the only places that I go to are my apartment, my job, which I'm not going to have an office romance. I'm not going to try to do that again. That was hell. I'm not doing that. And also the Dollar General down the road. But the only people that are there are the old ladies that work there and the drug dealers out and back. Overall, though, I just hate dating apps because I'm so sick of online love. Chaperone. It just feels extremely robotic and like I'm going through the motions of trying to find a potential partner, and it feels very robotic and not organic at all. But is this just a me thing, or do you also think this way? Please comment so I feel validated and not like I'm alone when it comes to thinking like this. I do think it puts a lot of things in perspective for me when I start to think about a lot of this stuff, especially that I tend to view dating apps as games instead of what they're meant to be. But again, I'm not going to spend money on them because no way in hell am I going to do that to see a man. But, alright. Now that this video is done, I can officially delete those and do what I want to do. Nice. That's the end of the video. Thanks. My makeup's a little janky today, but I feel like I need to get a little closer so I can prove that my eye color is a green gray. I don't know what it is, but you're cool. I love you. Happy Valentine's Day. If you don't have a Valentine, congrats. I'm now your Valentine. Even if you wanted it or not, I am now your Valentine. You're hot. You're cool. Stay hot and cool. If that makes sense, but okay, bye.